And now, live from San Antonio, Mike Taylor.
Yes. It is absolutely tremendous to have all of you boys back in here. It is a new work week. It is a new day. It is Monday for those that are watching or listening to this thing in live time. Welcome in here on YouTube and or Spotify or iHeart or all of the things out there. Patreon, whatever it might be. Muchas gracias to all members of Thunderdome who have cheaply subscribed to the free subscription. But to you badasses that have become members over the last few months, I appreciate you hard. Tonight, we will have members-only exclusive material. Tonight, I'm going to do what a lot of these kids are doing now and doing podcasts while things are going on live. A lot of people mail in their podcasts doing these kinds of things. I think we're going to do something like this too. Tonight, we're going to do a members-only podcast. Starting with the top of the 8th inning is what I'm thinking, LG. We'll do a straight show for members. We'll talk ball and stuff. But I'm going to have the Rangers and Astros game on tonight as we get up and running with tonight's members-only broadcast. So be apprised of that. We will come to you. We'll break in. We can't show the Ranger game, or some of you would call it the Astros game. We can't show that because we'll get sued, but we can have it on in the background, right? The audio can't even go over our show, right? Like you can't hear that Joe Davis or whatever his name is. Right?
Nah, but we can, react to it, or you can react.
Right,
to it.
I'll have it on and react to it. So we'll watch the game tonight and do some members only exclusive stuff. We have a busy week. We only have 4 shows a week these days, and I've got other podcast duties as well. So let's just get right into the work week, Holmes. Let's start with, you know what? Screw it. We can't do it because baseball got mad, or did you decide to hell with baseball? What do you want to do we need to boogie. We're going to be boogieing for the next couple of weeks, too.
I haven't heard anything from them for the last one we did.
Really?
So, yeah.
You know what?
It's already got the clearance.
Well, you know what?
But it could happen at any moment. They could find it later.
You don't become a baller like me by laying down. We don't lay up here. You know what? Fuck this shit. We're gonna
Mike
talk
Taylor, Jr., second base.
Fuck this shit. We're gonna talk motherfucking baseball.
Come on, let's rock tonight. We're going right out of the minds. Come on, baby, let's boogie tonight. To the baseball boogie tonight.
You bet your ass. F baseball. Let them sue us. All right, man. Last night, we were glued to the game. We got invited to a buddy's house last night for a party. And we got there around 5:45, so something like that, almost 5:45, I guess. I guess 5:45 is 5:45. But boy, and it was great. We had a good time with our friends. And once the game got rolling, though, I immediately got distracted because I knew, oh shit, it's 7. The game was getting up and running, and so I knew I was going to be distracted. So we got up and left early. But I appreciate my buddy inviting us over. But we had to get home because we had to get in front of the channel for Game 6 of the 2023 American League Championship Series between the two Texas teams as my Astros took on my Rangers last night in Game 6. The Rangers, after a just debilitating, gut-punching, kick-to-the-taint loss in Game 5, go into Houston last night and just hammer-smash face Framber Valdez, who has completely lost it. And the Rangers not only beat Houston, they beat the shit out of the Astros last night, 10-2. LG is running highlights. That right there is pregame because those flags were tucked in the pockets by the 8th inning last night when Aroldis Garcia, the Cuban defector, hit a grand slam late in the game. Texas was going to win, but he rubbed salt in the wound of the Astros last night with a grand slam. The same Aroldis Garcia, who damn near got into a fight with Brian Abreu in Game 5 after he got hit on, which I think's on purpose. Now, we'll get into Abreu here in a second because there's some question as to whether or not he's going to be able to play tonight because the league may suspend him. The Astros are going to find out today if Abreu is going to be suspended or not. Because Abreu doinked, Garcia the other night, and most think it was on purpose. The Astros insist that it was not. I don't know how Major League Baseball can prove that it was on purpose, but so we're getting a bit ahead of myself. So Valdez has completely lost his shit. He has no more murder face. He was an ace last year, and he was the ace going into this year. And, of course, he was struggling. The Astros were struggling, and the Mets shit the bed. So the Astros they went and brought Justin Verlander back in. So you're thinking, okay, this is going to be great. Got Verlander back. Framber Valdez can go to the number 2 spot. And now you got two big monsters there at the top of the rotator. And Valdez has been great one night, terrible the next. No in between. Full yin-yang from Framber Valdez, and it has manifested at the worst possible time here in the postseason, and he didn't have a shit last night. So the Rangers win 10-2. We have a colossal Game 7 tonight. I was thinking about this driving over. I don't remember. I was trying to think, when's the last time we had two Texas teams going at it like this? This series has seen it all, man. God, we've had blowouts and nail-biters. The road team is undefeated in the first 6 games. Ace is doing un-ace-like things. The Max Scherzer, that storyline in and of itself is full of drama because Scherzer had to get shut down late in the season. They brought Scherzer back to pitch in Texas, a few games ago, and he got his tits ripped off. He was horrible. And they're going to run him out there for Game 7. The Rangers have no choice. He's Max Scherzer. You can't just let bullpen guys go out there in Game 7. They're going to go out there and see if Max can get that old Mad Max back and recover from the time off and the rust and the injury. And if Scherzer can give the Rangers 5 decent innings, I think that's all you could ask for from Scherzer at this point. We've seen it all. And by the way, the Astros are going to go with their kid that's been lights out, Cristian Javier. That's how the Mexicans say Christian Javier. He's going to pitch Game 7 tonight, and he's been absolutely lights out. So you would think that Houston has the advantage. But the road teams have won everything. It's been a series in which we've seen ups been down, sides been backwards, and up the butt's been through the mouth. It's been insane in this series. And then you've got the Brian Abreu question. The Astros should find out later this afternoon whether or not Abreu is going to be available for this game because Abreu got suspended for a game because he doinked Garcia the other night, causing that melee. And the Astros, they've appealed, call him bullshit. Then basically the Astros argument, look, we know it looks bad because, Garcia hit the bomb earlier in the game, and then he he walks to first base, slams his bat down, and was talking all kinds of shit. And then the very next time, Garcia comes to bat, the Astros nail a guy, and we get melee. And they threw Abreu out of the game. Dusty Baker is either a really good actor, which he may be, or Dusty really was legitimately pissed off the other night in Game 5 when he got run because he was pissed off because they threw Abreu out of the game. Dusty may not have known that they were going to hit Garcia on purpose. I thought, and the Astros' other argument to the league is, why the hell would our guy throw at their guy on purpose? We're down 2 runs in the ALCS. We're not going to put a guy on base and, potentially mess up our chance to win the game. Now, and the Astros wound up winning the game on the Altuve home run in the 9th inning. But still, the Astros have a good point. In the regular season, okay, cool, maybe we're going to throw at a guy because he talked shit after he hit a home run. We're down 2 runs in the 7th. We're not going to hit a guy on purpose here. What are you thinking? So I think the Astros have a pretty good argument, even if they're acting. Even if they're lying their balls off, baseball cannot prove unequivocally that Abreu hit him on purpose. I think the Astros should win the appeal, and I think if Abreu is not available tonight, it's bullshit. And I'm not, and you know me, I'm not going to blow smoke up nobody, but I like both these teams, and I'm going to call a spade. But this series has seen everything, and I mean just every single thing this series has seen, man. And I was trying to think of the last time we had 2 Texas clubs in anything outside of college football going up against each other that has had this much eyeballs, this much interest, this much emotion, the shit talking going back and forth between fan bases, the interstate rivalry like this. And we may not have seen anything like this in this state since the 2006 Western Conference Finals between the Spurs and the Mavericks, when Manu fouled Dirk Nowitzki in that fateful night that none of y'all want to think about. That's the year that Dallas beat San Antonio in Game 7 in the conference finals. And Dallas went on to the NBA Finals that year. They shit the bed and blew a 2-0 lead and lost to the Heat, which made it even harder for the Spurs to swallow because the Spurs felt like they were better than Dallas that year. It's probably been since the 2006 Western Conference Finals of the NBA, Dallas and San Antonio. That's 17 years ago? Good grief. So it's been that long since we had anything interstate-wide. Of course, we have college football rivalries every year, but on a pro level, baseball, basketball, football, it's been a minute since we had something like this. It's probably the 2006 Western Conference Finals. So can't wait for it tonight. Game 7 will come down, and LG and I will break in with some members-only live casting tonight. I was thinking we start at the top of the 8th inning, or should I just give members a time because it makes it easier to schedule it if you're a member? What do you think we should do? Because I don't want to be on for 4 hours tonight. I'm going to be three beers in, two joints.
Yeah, I think the 8th inning's fine.
Top of the 8th. Okay, y'all
yeah.
if anyone's interested, pay attention to the ball game tonight, and as soon as they go to commercial right before the top of the 8th inning, we'll crack open our camera here, and we'll go on the air, and we'll shoot the shit till the game's over. Now, if it's 2-2 and we're going to the 14th or something, I might sign off.
I'll create the link, pretty early, so you'll know where to go.
Okay.
So,
all right, cool.
You can share that.
Yeah, I think that this game deserves members-only content tonight in live time, so that's good. Thank you for helping me do that. All right, cool. What else last night? Y'all jump in here with the chat. We're going to go through some of these chats in a little while. Channel View Zone. Jaylen Herz, waiting word on his knee. The Eagles looked great last night. I know y'all love to have y'all love the cliche, and teams, of course, it's not y'all. Teams do this shit all the time. These stupid, the cliche. It's a statement game. Statement game. My Dolphins got their ass kicked last night in Philadelphia. The Eagles spanked the Dolphins, 31-17. But Jaylen Herz got hurt and wound up playing the rest of the game with a knee brace and adrenaline. And the Eagles looked good last night, played great defense against a Dolphins team that was rolling going into the game on offense, totally shut them down. And now the Eagles will go to D.C. this week, the land of Joe Biden, and take on the Commander Skins Sunday. But will the Eagles have Jaylen Herz? Again, for you Cowboy fans that freak out every week over everything, it's the same thing across the league. Every team is one or two dudes away from having their season go to shit. And in the case of the Cowboys, not that we would wish ill will physically on anybody, but I think we're all, as a Cowboys fan base in South Texas, we can all agree that we would rather the Eagles have to finish the season with, not that Hurts is done for the year, but at least play a few games. I think we're all in agreement that as Cowboy fans, we would rather see the hellscapes on Marcus Mariota play quarterback in Philadelphia than Jaylen Herz. So we'll see. Mariota's got talent, but he's a backup because while he's got talent, his game has got more leaks than the Iraqi Navy. But he's capable, And the Eagles ought to still be able to beat a shitty Commander Skins team, even whether Marcus Mariota plays in the game or not. So we'll all have to see. Cowboys, of course, had a bye. Had a chance to watch other games around the league. Once again, the league is the league. Up is down, back is asswards, and through the mouth and around the toes. You just never know what the hell's going to happen in the NFL. I'm not shocked that the Ravens beat the Lions, but they shit-kicked the hell out of them. Maybe some reality check or not. Who knows? The Ravens could lose next week, and the Lions look great. It's the NFL. The Bills got beat by Mac Jones and the Patriots. By the way, if I'm a Patriots fan, fuck we doing beating the Bills. I'm trying to get a top pick here to get a quarterback. But Belichick's going to Belichick. The same Patriots team that the Cowboys shut out the other day in a game in which Mac Jones essentially quit on them because he didn't want no part of that Micah Parsons-led defense, just beat the shit out of the Bills yesterday. It's the NFL, man. It is the NFL. All right, a special video's coming up. But first, this part of the show brought to you by the Wonderful that is San Antonio City Soccer Club. San Antonio City. Love them hard. This is the official soccer club of us, Thunderdome. As a family, I'm proud to help kids and support youth sports in and all around this area. And I'm super stoked this morning. San Antonio Soccer Club, they hosted us yesterday. It was a great time. This is the club you want to put your kid in if your kid's serious about playing soccer. We're also still looking for one more sponsor. I'd love to get one more pitch sponsored if we could. So if you're interested in jumping out and helping us out with a sponsorship, it's way cheaper than you'd think. It's $1,000 for a year. And we were out there yesterday. I'm here to tell you, thousands of people are going to see your sign if you decide to put a sign up, become a sponsor of one of our soccer pitches. Plus, you're going to get mad love on this particular show. So there's what you get out of that. Reach out to me, jump into my DM. So here's a special video yesterday. It is now official. I just have not had time to get out there. We've been trying to get a group of us to get out there. LG mailed it in. It did not come out. No, he was hustling. He had a gig. Yesterday, it became official. There's yours truly out there for those that are watching as we officially make Thunderdome Field official at the official soccer club of us. Roll that tape, Rawhide. Okay, this is the official christening. Is that the right word, christening?
Yep.
Dedication, Thunderdome Field at San Antonio City Soccer Club. Let's go. We found 15 people with nothing else to do on a Sunday. And I appreciate it, y'all, very much. Thank you, guys, and viewers and subscribers and our sponsors. And I went off on my own and scared everybody, and everybody thinks my career is going to end soon. It may, which is why we're doing this today. So welcome to Thunderdome Field officially. Oh. How about the soccer skills, bitches? Look at that. All right, cool. Okay. Thank you to Sunburst Gymnastics. Did you see my soccer skills there for a second? You see that?
Yeah,
see how I handled the ball there? Manipulated that ball with my feet? You like that? That was badass.
You seem pretty good at handling balls.
Well, you know what, dude? You bet your ass I am. If I see a ball, I go after it. I can't help it. I've just got innate skills, dude. Never played soccer, but I just know how to kick the ball around because I've just got God-gifted athletic ability.
Yeah, you seem very, very comfortable around a set of balls.
I sure did. I know what you're trying to do, but you're right. It's fine. And I've been in the room with man balls, too. I'm fine with that. Felt like that deserved a pregnant pause. Mark that. It's 10:18. All right. What else today? All right. So was it Thursday we were talking about Cannibal Corpse? I'm going to talk Spurs in a minute, but I got to get into this. This is far more important. Was it Cannibal Corpse came up on the show last week? I think it was Thursday.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. When you were making fun of my clothing, by the way, and told me I need to start dressing better. And I had said that I was pretty sure that we played the word fuck every time a celebrity died for about 14 years on the ticket on public radio.
Are you making a correction?
Well, I had 4 Thunderdomers say, dude, no, you're solid. There's no F-bomb in the opening couple of stanzas of Cannibal Corpse's own Hammer Smashed Face. So I had to go, I'm going to look this up myself because I'm doing this live on the air. Thank you. Don't freak out. I'm not going to play the tune. So let me go to Cannibal Corpse on Spotify. All right, here they are. You know when you go to you type in a band on Spotify, it gives you like their 5 most downloaded tunes, just to give you a quick. This is like if you just want to sample a band, before you actually download any. Would you like to know the name of the 5 most downloaded Cannibal Corpse tunes on Spotify, sir?
Of course.
Number 5, Summoned for Sacrifice. Number 4, Blood Blind. Number 3, with over 13 million downloads, it's that fine tune called I Come Blood.
Oh, yeah. nice family-friendly lick there.
The second most downloaded tune, that would be bad if you came blood. That wouldn't be good at all. You might need to go to the emergency
Your
room.
doctor's probably mad at you if
Good
that happens.
Lord. The second most downloaded tune from Cannibal Corpse on Spotify is something called Scourge of Iron. And then the number 1 tune most downloaded on Spotify, a tune that became super famous on our program, of course, is the famous Hammer Smashed Face with over 29 million downloads that we played every time a celebrity croaked back in the days of the ticket when we had Celebrity Death Watch, which I made the announcement last week subtly that I plan to bring it back in 2024.
Was that Tracy Frost who came with Hammer Smashed?
It was Tracy.
Yeah.
Okay.
R.I.P.
Tell the story.
Tracy.
Yeah. It was the great Frosty. I walked into I'll just get, since you brought this up, I'll give the story. I walked into the control room one morning. It's 5 a.m. I'm just got the drag ass. I've been up since probably didn't go to bed till midnight. This was back in the days in the morning show when I was fat and taking years off my life because I was never getting any sleep. And I roll in there one morning, and as I'm walking down the hall, I can see the control room. Remember the old building way on Vance Jackson and I-10?
Oh, yeah. It's like a children's hospital now or something.
Yeah, it is. That building's haunted as shit. Those kids better be careful. No, but I'm walking down the hall, and there's a window to the door, so you can see into the control room as you're walking down the hall, right? And I saw Frosty in there. He's just hanging out. He's typing. He's just probably getting ready for that morning show, logging commercials or whatever you board ops do pre-show. And he's got his old school hat on that he wore. And what do you call those hats that snap in the front? The old school hats, like you see those old little rascals wear back in the 40s. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Fedora? No.
No.
Like Newsies? Like a Newsies hat?
Maybe, yeah. I'm gonna go with. I don't know, but it's round and snaps in the front. He wore those every day, like he was from the 40s, and he's got his glasses on. He's just calm, Frosty. Now you can't hear anything because those rooms were soundproof, but I could see Frosty just chilling, 5 a.m., just hanging out. I open the control room door and I immediately hear, motherfucker, I'm gonna fucking shoot him, motherfucker. And I'm like, what the? Like, you open the door, my hair just blew. Fucking boss, kill my motherfucking, kill my mother, but I chop her fucking head off. God damn. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. And he's just, oh, hey, Mike. What the fuck, dude? What are you doing, man? He's like, oh, just rocking out before the show starts. Like he wasn't even moving. He just zero energy and he had it on full blast, of course, in the room. And that's where I got the idea. This just became the official tune of Celebrity Death Watch, you know? And so that's Frosty's legacy that he left our show. That and a couple of others. But yes, this is where we get the tune Hammer Smash Face. And I just assumed that for years we played an F-bomb on the air every day. But alas, I'll read you the lyrics to Hammer Smash Face. Something inside me, it is coming out. I feel like killing you. Let loose all the anger, held back too long, my blood runs cold. Through my, by the way, you've heard this song. How would you ever even know what the lyrics were the way he sings, this dude?
You wouldn't.
You would have no idea.
You'd have to have owned the CD and read the lyrics in the liner.
Yeah. Through my anatomy dwells another being, rooted in my cortex, a servant to its bidding. Brutality now becomes my appetite. Violence is now a way of life. The sledge is my tool of torture as it pounds down on your forehead. This is what Frosty's blasting out to, 5 a.m. Eyes bulging from their sockets with every swing of my mallet. Smash your fucking head in until brains seep in. Okay, but this is like the third stanza. We never played the whole tune on the ticket. By now, we'd already faded down. So I don't think we ever did play an F-bomb on the air. Maybe twice if like one of you guys let this run longer.
All right, so we're good.
We're good.
No
yeah.
$10,000 fine. We're
Right.
good.
So iHeart can't come back on me and try to sue me. Through the cracks, blood does leak. Distorted beauty, catastrophe, steaming slop splattered all over me. Talking about crushing somebody's brains in with a hammer.
Yeah, I get it.
Man.
Yeah, the title kind of gave it away. You know?
Did it? Yeah. Lifeless body, slouching dead, lecherous abscess where you once had a head. Avoiding the prophecy of my newfound lust, you will never live again. Soon your life will end. I'll see you die at my feet. Eternally, I smash your face. Facial bones collapse as I crack your skull in half. This is what the great Frosty played on a leisurely basis every day in our control room for 5 years.
He was very unassuming, that Frosty.
I think I've told you this story before. I knew him, but I didn't know him. And so when I got demoted in 2013 to mornings and I knew that Frosty was going to become my new little buddy, I had Frosty meet me for pizza one day, right? And we show up. Oh, hey, dude, hey, Mike, good to see you, man. I just wanted to drink some beers and have some pizza with this dude and get to know him a little bit. Where are you from, man? Oh, Texarkana. He had this real super sweet delivery. You remember Frosty? Just, hey, what's up, LG? Just had this sweet, harmless, you can just trust this guy with your kids all you want. He's a great dude, professional broadcaster, just hanging out, just life just coming and going, just easy breezy, floating on a peach. And I'm like, where are you from? Oh, Texarkana. Oh, cool. How'd you get to San Antonio? Well, I was going to wind up dead or in prison. Wait, what? Oh, I was going to wind up dead or in prison.
Yeah, that's kind of how Jeremy Dahmer's demeanor was as well.
Right, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I've just got those urges. Yeah, that's how Dahmer spoke. What do you mean you're going to wind up dead or in prison? Well, I hated my mom. And I ran around with the wrong crowd, did a bunch of drugs. Oh, okay.
That whole situation
decided to come to San Antonio and start my life over. I'm like, okay, what the fuck are you running? What's in Texarkana? I don't, you know what? I'm like, you know what, dude? What do you think about the Spurs this year? And that was it. We never talked about this again, ever. That was my introduction to Frosty.
Well, the dude was an avid ghost hunter as well.
He was.
He would have like tapes of this old abandoned mansion in San Marcos. It's since burned down. Burned down on Halloween one year, if that matters. Someone broke in and burnt the place down. But it was an old like orphanage that turned into a mansion. And he had tapes of like ghosts like saying like, help me.
Right.
You know? Like,
he did.
I was just like, what the hell is this?
Like faint sounds of
He'd be
babies.
editing them in the ticket. Like,
hey, baby's crying. I mean, he was a weird cat, but he was a sweet cat, you know? I'd rather hang out with a weird sweetie. And, you know, no bullshit. Well, I think he was joking. One day in the studio, I'm like, by the way, you're going to shoot the place up one day, aren't you? Which is not a fun thing to joke about, but this is 10 years ago. I'm like, you're going to shoot this building up one day. He goes, oh, probably not. Probably not, is what he said.
it was probably like his sick sense of humor or
And
something.
he's like,
I hope so.
And he goes, "Don't worry, Taylor. You're good." I go, "Okay,
You're not
cool."
on his list.
And I just said, "Look, dude, if you decide when you decide to do this, can you decide not to do it in the morning? Just show up in the afternoon or something. You know, shoot Jeff Sheen. We're fine with that." He's like, "Who's going to get it first?" I said, he goes, "Well, I can't guarantee it won't be in the morning." He goes, "It's convenient if I do it in the morning because I have to be here anyway." I'm like, "Okay, I don't want to make you don't want to make 2 trips to work." And he goes, "Don't worry, Taylor. I'll just like give you one on the leg or something to make it look legit." I'm like, "Oh my God. Well, I want to protect you, so I don't want anybody thinking you knew I was about to do this." I'm like, "Oh my God, that's fine. Just shoot me in the leg, dude. Just make sure you aim."
This is a casual conversation you're having with this dude.
Yeah, he's like, I'm like, but just don't. I'm like, okay, cool. Just shoot me in the ass or something. Make sure it doesn't get. I don't want to get shot in the balls. He's like, no, I'll get you one on the thigh. I'm like, okay, dude, I'm a good shot. I go, okay, dude, anyhow. So what do you want to talk about today, man? Like, God Almighty. And of course, he gave me a little look like he knew that I was creeped out by him. So he rolled with it just as a gag. I know it's probably not, you can't be doing those kind of jokes anymore in 2K23 at the workplace, but 10 years ago it was a looser place. It was a different time. All right, shout out to Frosty, the man that created, or he at least inspired, Celebrity Death Watch 2K23. Shout out to Cannibal Corpse's own. And by the way, their lead singer, he's like this unassuming family guy. Middle-aged fat dude.
His Instagram is fantastic. George Corpse Grinder?
George Corpse Grinder is what he calls himself. He's got this unassuming family. They're at Disney World. "Hey, guys, we're at Disney World." It's a bit. It's a gag. It's great. It's like gore.
He does kind of look like the kid who would shoot up a school, though.
No doubt. But, maybe his music is what gave him therapy. Like I say all the time, this show for me forever has been therapy. But my crappy-ass childhood...
Yeah, so because he has an outlet,
Yeah.
he hasn't done any violent things, and he's just a
Yes.
stand-up guy that has a family of 4.
Right, and his band
just an average Joe.
and his band blows up, and money has come in. He's probably made pretty decent money being in Cannibal Corpse. They're touring all the time. He has fun. It's a fun bit, and he makes money. And he's just a regular bloke when he goes home. It's a
He
genius
plays
bit.
claw machines and gives out stuffed animals to charities and kids who need
Yep,
them.
He's super kid friendly. He's a cool dude. Shit, I ought to try to get him on. What's his name? George Corpse Grinder. George.
Yeah, we missed out that he was in town the other day. We should have tried to have
I
him
know.
on.
This is why this came up last week anyway. So George Corpse Grinder. Why not? He may come on. We'll see. I get to check their tour dates. Okay. This show brought to you also in part by R&R Auto Glass. If you do not get mad and hurt folks, do like George Corpse Grinder. Sing your pain away. Or go smash your car. Don't smash a human. Whatever you do, however your glass gets damaged in your vehicle, go and get it fixed at the wonderment that is R&R Auto Glass right there by the airport at 281 and Nakoma. All right. This is where you go to get your glass fixed in your vehicle. Mention me when you go in there, and they will give you a Taylor discount, a Taylor especial. This is how you do this, and make sure you go on there and mention us, and they take all insurances. They're super fast. They're super puro. San Antonio, independently owned folks, and get yourself the discount. It is R&R Auto Glass. It is 210, the number, 340-2588, 340-2588, or rnrautoglass.com, rnrautoglass.com. Okay. I need help from Thunderdome on this one. Is the dude's license plate in this video? It may be.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't
We're
matter.
okay on that?
Yeah, you're good at that.
And here's the thing. I would never normally roll video on someone in a car because that's not cool to put someone's license plate out. But this guy clearly doesn't give a shit, or he wouldn't be driving what he's driving. So Nina and her son were driving the other day, and they sent me the video every car that was on the street when they saw this car, everyone was rolling with their phones. Everyone. LG says he's seen this car before.
Maybe not that car, but I've seen those types of cars around town.
There can't be more than 3 in this town.
I bet you there's more than 3.
Dude.
I bet you
Okay,
there's
so this is up
8 or
by
9.
this is up by Fiesta, Texas. My only guess is this is a spur coming back from practice or something at the Rock. So Nina and you'll hear her son cussing because he's so excited to see this. Nina and her son, they pull up alongside a $3 million Bugatti Ciroc or something like this. I wouldn't know what the hell you call these things, but everybody went nuts. This is a Bugatti. So who's seen this car? Surely some of y'all seen this thing. It stands out. Roll that tape.
Ooh, what? What in the hell? What in the hell?
Hey, my focus is trying to catch up.
Look at that.
What?
That's a $3 million car. That's retail. Who the hell is that? My guess is it's a Spur. Or Tom J. Henry. Or, I mean, who could afford a $3 million car?
Who rented the car from one of those exotic car rental places.
Maybe. I know millionaires, but I don't know anybody who can afford or would even dare get it on the road. A $3 million fucking Bugatti. I don't think Mr. Charles Butt's driving around in a Bugatti. The Butt family does not strike me as Bugatti drivers. They're probably Range Rover drivers. No offense, I'm not trying to stereotype the Butts, but they're old fashioned. That's how they present anyway. Unless Charles had a midlife crisis and bought himself a Bugatti, I think it's a Spur. These young kids, they want to go spend crazy cash.
Could be.
Yeah, Devin Vassell just landed a guaranteed $38 million deal or something. Or no, $90 million.
My guess is it's a rental.
You think? Well, and this is cool. The timing of them seeing this is pretty cool because tomorrow we're going to be around some very high dollar vehicles. Right, Lawrence? So, as you boys may or may not be aware, LG and I have partnered up with the great Cleto Rodriguez and the great Ernie Zuniga. We're now doing a podcast called the 3 Cents Podcast. I've gotten a lot better at this YouTubing. And tomorrow, we're going to be doing our show at a place called Prestige Motorsports. So the timing of them seeing a Bugatti is pretty funny. Coincidental, of course. So tomorrow at 1 o'clock, it's episode 3. Is it not? Is it 3 or 4? It's 3.
It's cuatro, man.
Cuatro, ching. Ay. It's episode 4, and we've been doing our shows at Mi Familia, which we love the Cortezes, but tomorrow we're going to be at this new place that just opened up in September called Prestige Motorsports. Basically, it is a car club, but they also have a boutique in there, which means you can buy cars, you can sell them. I need to ask the guy we're going to meet the guy that owns it, a guy called Ben. He's from England. I'm going to see if you can lease cars out of there too. It's for guys that have really great, this is high, we're talking Rolls Royces, rare sports cars, $1 million Bugattis, Aston Martins, rare, that you can hardly find anywhere. Over the top, insane cars. And we're going to do our show from there tomorrow, which should be really badass. We'll get some real good footage of the place. It's a car club, though. You can go there and hang out. They have a bar in there, badass TV scene. They have like Formula One watch parties. They had a big party yesterday for the Circuit of the Americas race in which Max Verstappen won again. I was hoping for the Macon or Lewis Hamilton, but Max won it. But anyhow, it's a really cool car club. We're going to be there tomorrow, and what y'all are going to start seeing some really badass footage here in the next 3 days on our channel of Prestige Motorsports because I can't wait to go in there and see it. I mean, I'm super hyped for it. So that's our 3 Cents Podcast tomorrow at 1 o'clock at Prestige. Okay, let's talk basketball. I am jazzed. I don't know if that was a Spur or not. A Spur. I know it wasn't Wimby because Wimby doesn't have a driver's license. And he actually told the French press over the weekend that he wants to get a license. And they're all worried about him. Are you ready to drive on the streets of San Antonio? He's like, well, I need to. I'm 19. And it's the logical thing because all this time the Spurs have been kind of toting him around and stuff. And he needs to get a driver's license. And I have no doubt he'll be fine. With as bad as the drivers are in this town, this young, smart kid from France, he'll figure it out too. All right, so the season is nigh upon us. It's been a long time since I was this excited about the Spurs season starting. They've got back-to-back home games coming up. Wednesday night, the Spurs play Dallas, of all people. Love the NBA schedule makers. Let's have the 2 Texas teams go down to San Antonio for Wemby's first 2 games. Love it. So at the Frost Bank Center, I got to get that. I'll get it. at Frostbank Center Wednesday night. I think it's an 8:30 tip-off too, right? I think it's the national ESPN late game. Spurs Dallas as Victor Wembanyama makes his regular season debut. And then Houston will be in here on Friday. So we got 2 games in 3 days at home with the Mavs and the Rockets. And again, we can get the Mavericks over the hump and get Houston just to some hump and get those 2 Texas teams good. It'll make basketball in this state super fun again now that the Spurs are on their way, and they are on their way, man. And I'm going to be at the Ringer on Wednesday night watching this game. Thought about going, but my boys at the Ringer, they've asked us to come out and do a watch party, and I've obliged them. So on Wednesday night, if you want to come watch the game with me this Wednesday, Thunderdome, I'm inviting the entire town to the Ringer Pub at Jones Maltzberger and Thousand Oaks. They're working on a flyer. I'll probably have a flyer before the day is over. I'll post that out on my socials today. Wednesday night, come watch Spurs in Dallas. I'm probably going to get there about 8 o'clock or so since it's a late start, maybe 7:45. And we're going to watch the game together. So y'all come out and watch. We're not going to do any shows. I might pop the phone open for fun or whatever and roll, and go on Twitter for 5 minutes or something. But basically, we're going to sit there. We're going to drink some beer. We're going to watch Victor Wembanyama make his debut. That's this Wednesday as they take on Dallas. And we're going to be at the Ringer Pub. All right. Y'all come out there and hang. Okay. I'm so excited about Wembanyama. And it's not because I'm a homer. I'm not overthinking the preseason. Anybody with a brain in his skull that has watched Wembanyama in the preseason, and again, we know it's the preseason, but anybody with a brain in his skull who has watched Wemby, that was a drop, will tell you, oh my God, this guy really is, he's the shit. He is the shit. Not that y'all give too much about this dude's opinion, but even now, KG has come around. Kevin Garnett was highly skeptical of Wemby. But KG went on a podcast with Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce has been singing Wemby's praises for 2 or 3 years. You got to see this kid in France. It's stupid. And KG's been like, whatever, let that bitch come over here and play American kids and let's get him into the NBA. We'll see what he's got. Well, KG's watched him, and KG's like, I was wrong. It's rare. And I know most of y'all don't have any time for KG, but it is rare that he comes out and is like, damn, I was completely wrong about this guy. KG has become a believer. And if you're not a believer, you're just stupid, or you're a hater. You don't know what the hell you're seeing because he's going to be the shit. I'm super stoked. He showed out in San Francisco Friday night. Granted, it's preseason. Steve Kerr's out there doing bits. He had Steph Curry do the opening tip with Wemby for fun. Steph Curry, who's all of 6 feet. It's fucking hilarious. So, yes, it's the preseason. But all you have to do is watch this guy play the game. And you know that happy days are here again in San Antonio. Before the game Friday, the last preseason game, Steve Kerr was saying that Pop's all happy now. And Pop's been unhappy. He hadn't seen Pop this happy in a while. Kerr was saying that Pop has been completely rejuvenated with Wembanyama's arrival. And not just Wembanyama's arrival, but the development of some of these other kids they have on the roster. And so it's a pretty funny scene when the media goes and they tell Pop, yeah, Steve said you were rejuvenated. It's hilarious to see Pop. But Pop calls him an asshole. Here, roll that tape raw high on the Taylor Show.
Steve said that he saw that you have kind of been rejuvenated after this summer, obviously, for the big draft.
Well, let me just, what was I being rejuvenated from? Was I in a mental institution, or was I depressed and curled up in my bedroom or something?
Steve said it, and he knows you better than I do.
Steve's an asshole.
I agree.
Okay.
Okay.
And I'm going to tell him that tonight after the game.
Knowing that.
All right, now they go on to other shit. It's funny. It's fun. Obviously, they're homies, and they're goofing. I've said this before. I wrote this earlier this summer for Sports Illustrated. Wouldn't bother me none to see Steve Kerr as the next coach in San Antonio, provided Kerr is willing to keep coaching for a long time. Once Pop does decide to ride off into that sunset, if he ever does. Just let's say it's 2 years from now. By then, the Warriors are going to be getting into rebuild mode. Steph Curry's going to be having retirement in the horizon. Draymond's probably going to be done a couple years. Timing would be wonderful for Kerr to come down here and take the reins as Wemby gets into his prime when Pop retires. That would be cool. Anyway, I've said that before. Okay. Papa also did say Friday night, and he was being serious. They are not going to shield Wemby. They're not going to protect him the way they did with Tim. Tim was this shy island kid who, granted, spent 4 years at Wake Forest and was playing up and down Tobacco Road and went to Duke every year. And it wasn't like Tim had never played before cameras when he got here. But Tim Duncan did not play in the fishbowl that Wim Yama has been playing in basically since he was 13. And Timmy was shy anyway by nature. And I say shyness. I don't want that to come off as a negative thing. Tim also just didn't give a shit. It was more than just shyness with Timmy. Tim Duncan just simply didn't want anything to do with the media. Couldn't have given two shits. Had Twitter come out when Tim was in college, Tim probably still wouldn't have had a Twitter account. You know, y'all know Timmy. He's an island kid. Wants to shoot hoop, play video games,
Twitter world.
Swim in the ocean, chill. He's a chill dude. He's from the islands. Oh, Bob Saget. He just wants to chill. And so there's, oh my God, punch LG's dog early. No. So Timmy didn't care for all this shit. It's not that Wemby seeks the attention, but Wim Yama doesn't exactly run from it either, right? He's going around town. He's got his cowboy hat. He's walking into random bars. He's shooting shit with people. He's showing up shooting hoops under the bridge. He's going to the missions. Wim Yama is not afraid of this stuff. And Pop now realizes he can handle this. Pop compared his situation, Wemby's, to LeBron's when LeBron came out. Because LeBron was also a dude, when he was 10 years old, was told, you're the chosen one. You know, LeBron was in that fishbowl forever. So he was used to it by the time he got to the league. Wim Yama is used to it. They're not going to have to protect Wemby, whatever that even means. They're not going to like, ooh, Wemby's unavailable for the next 30 days. You're never going to see him. We have him in a bunker underneath the rock. He's not going to live like that. And Wemby, frankly, does not want that. And I don't think Wemby would perform as well on the court if he were being kept in a dungeon. And so Pop's not going to do that. I am super jazzed. I am not predicting that they're going to win the finals this year. I don't know who's going to win the finals. I don't know what team the Nike Child Factories of Yemen will be, stitching on shirts this year and give somebody a title. But it will most certainly not be us. But we will most certainly be a hell of a lot better. What else? The Spurs took care of Zach Collins last night, which was good. The Spurs have announced a 2-year extension for Zach Collins. And that's good. He needed peace of mind that he really is. He's going to be here for a minute because he's got a little chemistry with Wim Yama. What have I said since Wim Yama walked in the door? It doesn't matter who you are. If you can't play with Wimby, you're gone. It's just a matter of time. This is about finding guys that are good, who can coalesce and coagulate and mesh with Wim Yama. And Zach Collins has done that quickly, and he's worked his ass off. Zach Collins came in here a stiff, a bust, a washout, couldn't stay healthy. Everybody in Portland wanted him out. Comes in here for nothing, works his ass off, was hurt for 2 years, and look at him now. He's the starting center in Victor Wembanyama's debut Wednesday night, and he's important. Zach Collins is going to be asked to clean shit up, do the dirty work on the court to allow Wembanyama to do Wembanyama things, and that Zach Collins has become very important going into this game on Wednesday. Okay, tomorrow I want to get into some college football, and we're going to totally overreact to Game 7 tonight and whatever else the hell comes down the deal. But for now, we done. All right. Thank you, boys. I'm going to jump on the chats here in a little while. I appreciate everybody. I saw a lot of y'all today. I'm going to get on there. I'm going to answer every chat today because I love humans. I'm going to make myself a note of that right here. Here we go. Well, I don't actually love humans. I support Thunderdome. I hate most humans. Do the chat. All right, you boys. Be looking for a reply from me before the day is over. Thank you to DJ LG. Thank you to my boy, the official golfer of our show, Dale Storbeck. Thank you to Ellie the Dogo. We be done. We'll see you boys in here for Ass Whip Tuesday, mañana. We got members-only programming tonight during the baseball game. Right at the top of the 8th inning. I'll send the link out later. Love y'all hard. Peace out.
Come back, you puppy!
This program was made possible by contributions from viewers and listeners like you. Thank you.
This is a cross-bound